since we are doing a ShadowPaladin Witches video, I actually brought some donuts. Well, whenever we are going to replace one of our opponent's units with a grade 0 with one of our skills, we will eat one tidbit. Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile on ShadowPaladin's Shadow Witches, which just got supported with the new G Set 4 that hit global 2 days ago or 3 days ago, depending on when you watch this video, I guess. Today we're going to be doing this because, well, I always like ShadowPaladin. They got some support through a countercharger, through PGs, through some other grade 1s as well. And recently they changed the text for the way the witches work. So when G came around, they got kind of nerfed because most people aren't playing 13 grade 3s anymore. And the shadow skills only search for grade 3s, right? Right now, they search for triggers, which includes both grade 3s and the grade 0s. So definitely very nice. Bumps the consistency back up, and you also have some new support, which makes it even more devastating. So I'm really excited to go talk about the list. Now, before we begin, I always like to thank my members, but thank you Kamui, thank you Tumalo, thank you ZBD, but most importantly, thank you Casey. Today is Casey's birthday, so to commemorate that, since we're doing a ShadowPaladin Witches video, I actually brought some donuts. Well, donut holes, because I'm not really feeling in the mood for entire donuts in one sitting, but these are little holes of the donuts, and they're quite nice, quite sweet. We got 20, so whenever we are going to replace one of our opponent's units with a grade 0 with one of our skills, we will eat one tidbit. So that is the way today's video is gonna go. Hopefully we get to go through a game or two before we run out. 20 is a lot, so so hopefully we can do this. We can manage this in one sitting, and I hope you can send some birthday wishes to Casey as well down in the comment section below. So let's start off with the deck. Starting off with the grade 0, we're going to be starting with the Witches starter, Witch of Banquet's Leer. When the attack this unit boosted hits a Vanguard, if you are in Legion, you can put this unit into your soul to call 2 different of the grade 0, well, the OG triggers from outside your deck as rest. Now, it got buffed as well. Before it called them randomly. Right now you can actually choose which one. So you have the crit, which is a vanilla, you have the draw, which is a vanilla, you have the heal, which is a vanilla, and you have the stand, which is actually in effect grade 0. Now the stand says it's a 4K. When it's called, when your opponent has 2 or more grade 0s, you can actually counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. So most of the time when you're going to be using the skill, you will be superior calling the stand trigger. Now these units aren't just grade 0s, they don't have the trigger icon on them, but it is quite nice. It also has resist, not the pseudo type, it has just pure resist, which makes it really solid against some of the more common or popular matchups like Gear Chronicles and Link Joker right now. So that's very nice. For the rest of the grade 1s, we have 4 Karma Collectors. I'm not playing the Witch PG. 1, I don't have them, I wish I had them. But secondly, because we have a ton of draw power already through your grade 1s, grade 2s, and grade 3s, so I don't really see the need of it. Witches do use skills in Counterblast 2 quite often, so Karma Collectors, Countercharge 1 can definitely help us use one more skill and finish off the game. We play 4 of the Danas, which says when plays Counterblast 2 to replace one of your opponent's units with a random trigger from your opponent's drop zone, it turns into a grade 0 with 5k power, and it does not activate its on-place ability. So you have this, which counterlasts 2, which is why we do need the counter charge. We play 3 of the Filter Aryan Rods, and we play 2 of the new Kuroma, this little black cat. When placed, if your opponent has 2 or more grade 0s, you can discard a witch to draw 2 cards. So because of this, we have a bunch of draw power, but we also want to ensure that we have more witch names, so we need to be wary of that. Next, we're playing for 3 of the Dare. I don't know if I butchered the name, but it's basically the same as the grade 1 here. We play 4 of the Aedra, which is a new grade 2. It's a countercharger on hit if your Vanguard's a witch. Also, if your opponent has 2 or more grade 0s, it gets +2, so it's an 11k beater, which is very nice. You have 4 12k beaters. This is also really nice because not only is it a 12k beater, but it's also a mate for your main Legion, Fianna. And it has a skill to Persona Retire, so the Fem is very nice to help you actually draw more cards. And lastly, we play 2 in the mains. It's a classic, very nice. Counterblast 1, discard 1, draw 2. Again, helping you plus. So you have a ton of ways to just discard 1 card to draw 2 cards, discard 1 card to draw 2 cards, and Fianna is one of these options. You know, when you Legion, you can Counterblast 2 to retire. When you're in Legion, it got buffed, sorry about that. You can Counterblast 2, retire a Witch Rearguard to check top 10 of your opponent's deck, call 2 triggers at random onto existing Rearguard circles. Now, those units will become grade 0 5k as well, and odd play skills will not proc. But in addition, once per turn, if your opponent has 2 or more grade 0s, you can retire a Rearguard with the same name as your Vanguard to draw 2. So you can retire Fianna itself, or you can retire a Femme. So that is very nice. Do note that the second skill does not require you to be in Legion state, so for some reason, if your opponent has 2 grade 0s and you haven't Legion yet, you can still use that ability. Very rare, but can happen sometimes when you rewrite, for example. Next, we play 4 Rias as our backup grade 3s. When you Legion, your opponent gets minus 5k until end of turn. If your opponent has 2 or more grade 0s, it gets minus 10 instead. And to set this up, you actually have a once per turn skill. Counterblast 2, retire Witch Rearguard, check top 5, and call 1 and call 1 trigger, turn into a grade 0 if it's not. And if you did not call something, it gets countercharged too. So it got buffed as well, rather than just whiffing and crying about your counterblast. You can actually at least get a countercharge. You're not going to pick up that unit back, but you will still get the countercharge. So that is quite nice. Not your main target. Fianna is your main target, but it's still solid. And we play 1 of the Fodla. Now Fodla is actually pretty neat. Vanguard Rearguard Circle, 1 place. Counterblast 1, call 2 of the grade 0 triggers from outside your deck. Again, it's the same options as the grade 0 the starter will provide you. So mainly we're going to be superior calling the stand triggers right here to get that counter charge and soul charge, basically refunding the cost of Fodla herself. And 4 heals, of course. For the strides, we play 2 of the Blaster, Phantom Blaster Diablo, which gets an extra power 10k crit, and the Guard Restrict, which can come in handy. We play 2 Aura Gizzard Dragons, which is your ideal first stride target. Helps you Counterblast 1, Persona Blast, retire 2 Rearguards to draw 2 and get extra power. So that's very nice. We have an option in Grim Recruiter, which helps us on hit superior call grade 1 or less. Most of the time, you will call something in the back row. But in some cases, if you just sack triggers and you have a grade 1 booster ready to go, you can superior call into the front row and get a multi-attack. We have 1 of the Dark Knight Efnician. So this is from the Fighters Collection. When placed, retire Rearguard to get +7, and on hit, retire something. So the deck does replace units, but in some cases, maybe you're not ready to do stuff yet. You know, maybe your opponent's drop zone doesn't have any triggers. Then maybe you can choose to go into this for that extra power and the on-hit ability to just get rid of something from your opponent's board. And we play 1 of the Medu because we are playing an 8 Legion lineup, as well as a Vanguard that is less than or equal to 10k. So Medu is always most likely going to be active, and it just helps you pick up a unit that you want. You know, maybe that's a Fianna, to pick up Fianna, and then you could, you know, re-ride, or you could just use it for the retire draw 2 skill. Maybe if your opponent doesn't fix up their board, I don't know. But it's very helpful, for example, when you are on like Fianna, you want to transition into Rias to end the game or something, then you can go do that. You can also fix the ride. If you have to ride Fodla, you can stride into Medu to fix yourself into the right grade 3 you want. And lastly, we play 1 Harmonics Messiah just because it is a nice tech option. Link Joker is out there. It is really strong. If you haven't seen my Messiah video yet on JP, it has quite devastating, and it's just nice to have this as an option because the deck does draw a lot, so the cost of Harmonics is negligible, honestly. So for the approach, we're going to start off with grade 0. We're going to probably ride Aryan Rod if we're going first. If we're going second, maybe the Dana. We're going to put the startup behind the Vanguard just because generally this is going to be a 3 attack deck, and we do want to prioritize all that number behind the Vanguard column because we are going to be in Legion. The Legions don't get extra power, they're just going to be 20k vanillas most of the time. So having that 25k number is going to help, and on hit, I can more consistently use the skill to do some shenanigans. Next, for the grade 2s, we're probably going to be riding the Dare Day. Again, all the skills here are Rearguard Circle only, so there's no real merit to riding any of them. But either this or the 12k I think is fine. You want to prioritize saving the countercharger because you can counter blast as soon as turn 2. And the main 5k Vanguard on the Vanguard Circle really hurts when there's so much comboing going on right now. Like if you're facing against Aquaforce on a 5k Vanguard, good luck. And for the grade 3s, of course, we're going to go for Fianna, but maybe sometimes Rias to end off the game if you need to scale up the numbers. Well, scale down your opponent's numbers to scale up your numbers. And yeah, and Stride into Aura Gazer if you need the draw, Stride into Grim Recruiter if you need the specific unit, and Diablo to finish off the game sometimes. So that's basically the list. Let's go into a game or two and see what happens and celebrate Casey's birthday with some donuts. I've just wanted to make sure that we have Do Not Disturb on. Always wanted to do the donuts thing for this deck. Last time I did this profile, I completely forgot about it. So I am really excited. This is kind of like an excuse to dig into some sweets as well. So that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what we have. We have a good variety, actually, while we go into game. We have a few here and there. Can't really see it. Yeah. I don't really purposely pick up these from Tim Hortons. Usually whenever there's like a group of people, I guess, you know, it's easy to share around, but they do have quite a bit, and I don't know what is what, so I guess we'll see. We're going to be playing this Mega Colony, going first, which, you know, most decks want to go second, but right now we also got a little change where if we go first, we still get that one draw. So that is nice to have. Keeping the PG is fine. We don't have a grade 3, but it's okay. We have the main, and we have the Aryan Rod to help us filter and try to draw into it. So not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's see. Alright, it's the little bee. I love the little bee. Alright, we're gonna draw into... Nope, no grade 3s yet. That's fine. I'm just gonna ride the Aryan Rod. Put the starter behind the Vanguard. We're gonna discard one, draw one. And just pass. So unfortunately, still not seeing any grade 3s, but hopefully we draw into them next turn. And hopefully they're not a VP farmer. There we go, Machining Mosquito. That's a solid card. I quite like it as well. Mega Colony, don't underestimate them. Definitely, they have paralyzing Vanguards to really annoy certain clans that especially are Vanguard focused. So stuff like Messiahs, definitely a pain. So we do have the Rias. So that's really nice. I'm just gonna ride the Fem. I am going to just call out the 12K, and I'm just gonna swing. Vanguard first, and then Vanguard. Draw trigger. That's really nice. We got the Fianna, which is perfect. Sorry about that. Forgot about these. So we do have the right animations for Fianna, so that is quite exciting. Let's see what our opponent's gonna do here. Of course, have you checked out the playmat function? It's pretty new. It's global exclusive, and today, well, or by day 3, you should have gotten the medals to exchange for one free playmat instead of using the pay gems. So I'm interested to hear which one you picked up and see which one you liked. I didn't pick one up yet. I haven't decided. Hopefully I will decide soon. I think the medals expire, so that you have to use it for the set, but I'm excited to see if they will introduce other playmats down in future sets. Let's go into Fianna here. Alright, we have the main. Let's try to draw into a booster maybe. Such a classic card in the main. There we go, we did. That's nice. Just gonna attack with a counter charge. Oh, they're gonna heal. That's fine. We did heal too just now, right? And yeah, like generally most legions or grade 3s have like a on attack plus 2k or plus 1k or plus 3k, something like that. But Shadow Witches are one of the archetypes where they don't have any of this. You know, maybe Genesis has like on attack soul charge 1 plus 2k, but unfortunately we don't have any of that. So you need to be careful with the Vanguard's columns numbers because we are going to be a vanilla 20k Vanguard, which is still not too shabby. but we won't be able to apply. Well, we won't be able to consistently hit over one defensive that our opponent's Vanguards will take. Alright, going to go into the Jaggy Devil. This is pretty solid. Alright, going to be playing the Tarantula MK2, which is the Persona Checker Legion. Little bit of RNG there, but being able to just Legion stuff back, you know, by now I think even in the Stride era, Legioning is still really valuable, and definitely can't miss that. Spark Hercules gives you some crit pressure and can go through Paralyze. Fortunately, the skills don't really matter here because they can't paralyze the front row with what they have, but still, when the Vanguard hits, they're going to paralyze both of our back rows, which will be quite annoying for sure. Alright, they're just going to go attack Vanguard into rearguard just for that multi-attack play. But they play the crits, which is a little bit odd. But, you know, that's why it's a bit awkward to play crits, even to this day. Just because of the attack pattern, especially in a multi-attack deck. Alright, defensive draw. We're a little bit behind 4-2, but hopefully we can catch up next turn. Let's see what we can do. Alright, winner draw piano. Do we want to stride or just straight up Legion? I think just Legioning. Legioning is fine. Striding is also fine. We do have some triggers in the drop zone. I think we could Legion. I think we start Legioning. I want to start digging into the donuts. And we can start going through the stuff. We're going to Aerial Rod to just discard 1, draw 1. Just to have one more trigger in the drop. Put the mate back. The Fem. And we're going to use the Fem skill. We're going to retire the Paralyzed Rearguard. So that works out quite well for us. We're going to start thinning our opponent's deck from triggers. 1 card at a time. Well, 2 cards at a time. I'm not going to actually remove the Little Bee, because that's quite annoying. Yep. And remove the Intercept. I'm going to call out the Fem for the retire skill first. Let's see if we draw into another Witch, which would be very handy. We do. Discard 1, draw 2. Very nice. And I think here we don't need to go too overboard. I think just having this is not bad. We're not going to use the skill. We can on hit, counter charge. I'll hit into this just because heal is nice. Maybe I should have just saved that attack for just in case I see double triggers and they don't see one defensive, but I do want to keep the Arian Rod and I do want to use the Leer here. Actually, that's a misplay. I don't need the counter charge. That is a very big misplay. Don't play like me. Yeah, that's a misplay. Like, we had 2 units, why are we doing this? But oops. We did replace 2 units. So, here we go. 1. Happy birthday. Pretty good. 2. This one doesn't look glazed. A bit of a crunchier texture. Great. They did put the mate back into the deck. Personally, I would call over the Tarantula just to put it back, just to increase my odds of the Persona check. But it's still fine. I think it's still fine. Our opponent needs to find a way to hit over our numbers though. Yeah, like if they're going to call over it anyways, might as well. But it's okay. Let's see what they'll do. 11 into 9. 11 into 9. And the Vanguard at least guarantees to paralyze a back row unit with the booster. Okay, no mate. So okay, whatever they paralyze, we can just retire it. Maybe accept the Aryan Rod. Alright, we good. We good. Not gonna stride. I do want to use the main. They have a lot of defensive. We're not afraid. We're not afraid of what they have. They're one card left. Not much of a threat. Let's just try to draw into other pieces and hit numbers instead. Use the skill, retire the paralyzed unit. Like, you're not removing intercepts anymore, but still being able to just remove your opponent's triggers from deck, especially against this matchup, it just feels so good. Feels pretty unfair to me, honestly. But let's just hit numbers. 12, 16, and 27. Well, we replaced 2 units. Another one. Ow. GG. 4th. Pretty good. Actually, I really like that one. I should find out what I'm eating, but yeah, I do not understand what was going on, but that was pretty smooth sailing. Honestly, we didn't really need to replace any grade 2s or whatever, and we just did our thing. We replaced our units, we ate some donuts, we drew some cards, and we attacked and won the game. So, pretty good. But let's try to go for another game. We still have, what, 16 donuts? Maybe I bought too much. But this deck with the counter chargers definitely is a lot better. Like before, counterlasting to, you know, not getting the recharges, it means you can only make so many plays, right? Without hoping for a heal or whatever, and maybe using Curse Lancer and reducing your consistency. So, this deck, I definitely think that the buffs helped it out a lot. It got like multiple buffs, it got support as well. So that's very, very nice. Alright, going for the leader starter, but probably Messiahs. There you go. This is the combo build. Riddle Bitter? Riddle Bitter. I think the most recent list at top played 4 of this. So, for your information, I only played 1 or 2 in my deck profile, so maybe tweak it up if you feel inclined to do so. And meanwhile here, we're just gonna start punching them. Messiahs, they have a really strong combo game, but it's only when they get to their grade 3 stride turn, right? So, on their first stride they have Amnesty, on the second stride they have Exelix, or maybe the Fighter's Collection, whatever, but they need to get to turn 4 and turn 5 to do it. So, we can start just getting in their face and going for game. That apply some pressure and force them to call down their combo pieces in the front row to intercept or whatever. That could make things a lot more challenging for them. And that's what we're trying to do. One thing they also really want to see is, like, even if they have the Messiah already, they do want to see units like the Lady, the grade 3 Lady, which locks 1 on both boards. So being able to just remove these grade 3s from their deck will feel really good. One bad thing is that I think when they unlock one of these units, the grade 3s that we Superior called as 5Ks, I think they turn back to the original powers. So that is annoying. That is something I will need to be careful of. So let's send the main to draw 2. Very good card too. They're 9K? Oh, great. 9K. Push! Ah, heal. That feels bad. It's okay. Come on. Nope. No sack in here. It's okay. We did build a 19K number though, so that's nice. Alright, there you go. I'm very eager for some Fianna plays, just so I can have an excuse to go get some donuts. Alright, checking for a... There you go. That helps you lock stuff. It is GB1 though. Lady Gunner of the Neutron Star, that's the name. Pulling down so many grade 2s just for us to retire it. Oh, sorry, we don't have the counter blast. Oops. Oops! That didn't really work out. Maybe calling on those intercepts so early on was a mistake. The good thing is that we're still at 1 damage, so we are comfy. Fianna, let's go. Alright, do we stride? Striding's not bad. I think striding's not bad. We don't have the counter blast. We can always go into Grim Recruiter. But hopefully we top deck something that we can call into the front row. Hopefully it's not a heal or whatever, because that would be a bit sad. Hey Fianna, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna hit, Superior Call something, maybe see a trigger or two, pump up the Aaron Rod's number, and hopefully we can hit. That's nice. That's very nice. Did we just describe this when we explained the deck? It's nice when things work out like that. These can still use their on-play skills, so this is something that you can consider. But we don't have the Counter Blast, so I can't really showcase that. So our deck is a little bit susceptible to our opponent's front row locking skills. But luckily, stuff like stuff like Alter Ego's locks, if it's the front row or whatever, they get unlocked during the battle phase. So at least we'll have something to do. Our opponent's gonna start doing the wombo combo since they do have double awakenings in the back row. They did show 3 monks already though, so I don't know how potent it will be. But if they can pull it off, if they have a 4th copy, that would be very scary. Alright, they have the Lady Gunner, just to lock another thing. Primarily the Awakening. Okay. Alright, Arrestor locks one more thing. Makes this... Oh no, they do have it! They have it! Oh no! Oh no. It's not good. Heal as well. Oh no, no, no. This is not good. Heal again! Oh no. This is a 3rd heal this game. Can we see something? Nope. Attack with the Monk, attack with the Arrestor to relock that Awakening. It's nasty. It's nasty. This is not looking good. We get to unlock the back row again for another attack. And we're not seeing a single trigger here. That is gonna make me very triggered. Uh-oh, we do need a 6 damage heal. That's not good. That is very not good. That's very not good. We got comboed. Oh no. No. Well. One more. That was not good. You know, that was terrible. Like, they saw like multiple heals, but it didn't matter, honestly. Yeah. Maybe I should have played more safer, seeing those awakenings. So, because I am confident that I can remove them, right? So, definitely. Let's try that again. See, if the game was like Link Joker, here you go. Try to fix your mistake, and I try to do better. So, let's try to do exactly that. Fianna, that's nice. Game 3. Can we do better? Can we redeem ourselves against God, Messiah? This time we're going 2nd. I think the last game we were going 1st, so that means that we could do Legion or Stride first before they do. Actually, no, we strode first. Yeah, we were going 2nd last game. We attacked. Alright, we're gonna go into cat. And attack. So last game, I mean, I think the misplay would be just calling down the grade 2 intercepts and not taking some damage to the face. Because even if we had, as long as we had one open counterblast, at least we could use Aura Geyser to try to draw into more defensives. And that definitely could have saved our ass. I don't think the units that we drew into would have mattered because we know what cards we would have drawn into, right? Because the damage. But it would still give us a better chance to maybe 6 damage heal or something. So. Alright, just gonna go into Dredge. All 12k. Battle. So they are using the Neon Messiah. The good thing about the Neon Messiah is that it is a resist unit, well, pseudo resist unit. It is kind of sticky. The bad thing is that if you miss the Messiah, you don't have a grade 3 searcher yourself. You search for the Messiah, which would really hurt. Like imagine riding Lady Battler of whatever. What do you do with your deck? All your grade 3 says when you're grade 3 Raider, Messiah, whatever. I guess when you stride a Messiah, it has the Messiah name. But even when you just stride a Messiah, you don't have the 2 locked units on the board ready to proc those skills. So you're already really behind. And henceforth, I do personally very much prefer the grade 2 Searcher. In some metagames where maybe Kagero or Norokami is dominant, maybe then you would choose Neon Messiah as the starter. So we're just gonna ride Fianna. Can we even stride? Can we even like Legion? I don't know. We only have 1 card. So maybe just going into the Aura Geyser is the play. Going into the Aura Geyser. Not using a skill. Just retire 2, just draw 2. Clean up the board so there's less locked targets, I guess. You could even argue for retiring the front row, just because we do have defensives in our hands. And the grade 0 resist unit, they literally cannot touch. So that is something to consider as well. So you didn't get the SP Messiahs, that feels bad, because the most recent season, all the rewards got doubled, and we got to keep it. So that's super nice of them. We also got a bug for 200 P gems. They took that away with the maintenance on the 3rd. So hopefully you got to spend it, because if not, then you missed out on discount packs. Alright, striding into Amnesty Messiah. Still has your Messiah units active, I guess, your supports and whatever. But definitely doesn't pack the same punch. You know, luckily Arrestor is still active, but again, doesn't pack the same punch. You do have the lock 3 though, because they do have the stuffs to make it happen. So I guess there's that. Lady Gunner, lock 1 to lock 1. They should lock 1 to hit 21. Yeah, should hit 21. So 11, 21, and big. PG. 11, 21, and PG. Okay, you take those. You take that. Draw trigger. Draw to heal. Does that matter though? Does the 10k matter? I don't think so. They're gonna unlock 4, which is 12, right? So that's gonna be 38. We could still just heal guard it if we get lucky. Now the question is, would they unlock the grade 2? If they expect themselves to see multiple triggers, then maybe not, because if they see 2, then they could just, you know, put it onto the 16k number. 16k number, and they could hit 26 because they expect a PG here or our death. So I guess it worked out for them. And here we're just gonna take and go to 5, which is not the best feeling. They did spare us a grade 2 though, so that's nice. And it means one more heal trigger to Legion back into the deck. Not gonna do stuff, we're just gonna Legion, trigger. I'm gonna put stuff back in. Alright, get my Timbits ready. Just gonna Fodla. Fodla. Sure, Fodla. It's kind of nice for the bodies. We don't have the grade 0s to really make the best use out of them, but they're okay. They're in stand position. I guess that does make a difference compared to the starter. Try the Fodla. Come on, triggers! Heals! Only one? Oh, that's so sad. Only one. One more. No! I misplayed. Oh, well, I need the counter charge. Just swing Mang first. Because again, it doesn't hit 22. Luckily we did heal. Quite nice. The thing with Vanguard first means that we can potentially double heal, which would be very, very big. And they're going to use their heal guard. So we do have 2 PGs, 1 heal guard left, and they are not on the right grade 3. So I sincerely hope that this is enough to redeem ourselves. Our opponent did use Neo Messiah to guarantee themselves into the right Messiah, Alter Ego Messiah. But I don't know. Is this enough for them? Is this enough? Waiting, thinking. So yeah, I mean, we did Legion back a bunch of stuff back in, and I did misplay though, because I thought our opponent had 2 grade 0s. Because generally when you use the skill, you should be seeing 2, but we did miss. We only saw 1 grade 0, which does really hurt, but it does happen. So Exelix is gonna retire the units that they unlocked on our board, so that's not gonna be nice. Just gonna lock the back row. It's good, get those attacks in. Their Vanguard does get extra power, 5k from Alter Ego, and when you're on Amnesty it doesn't really matter that much, but when you're on Exelix where it distributes the power to the rearguard instead, it can matter to help you hit over those numbers. But locking the back row here means that the 5k isn't going to hit anything though, so they do need to replace it with something else. Calling over the grade 3 is questionable. Okay, they're just going to call over it anyways. And the Lady Bella of the Accretion Disc is going to help you lock the Awakening Messiah. So it does help you get that restand, right? Because you're going to unlock the Awakening Messiah with the Exelix. So a little extender there, which can be helpful. Now, the question is, will they manage to do it before the timer runs out? Are you just going to lock the front row one? That's fine. If they do go into Big Crunch, we can always choose to go into the Harmonics Messiah. So there's that as well. Not sure if the case is they were going to plan to lock the front row one anyways. Not sure why they need to call down the Awakening to the back row. I guess just to set that up for the next turn. So I guess there's that. The question is, will they have us next turn? And thankfully they didn't see any heals, so hopefully it's not likely. We do have another shot of Fianna, and I hope that is all we need to finish off the game, because we are very low on resources. Perfect guard. Here we go. Alright, let's go. This is our turn. This is our chance to win the game. No stride. It's gonna go straight into the Fianna skill. We have that one witch left over. Come on, 2! Show me 2. Only 1. Well, 1 it is. Do have the little icings. Just gonna play it safe. Just trying to ask for a lethal. And one more. Unfortunately, not as good as my donut. This game is not as good as my donut, but it is what it is. If opponent doesn't see a trigger, and we 6 damage heal, you can still make it happen. And we have 2 heals left in the deck, 16 card deck. We whiff 2 triggers back to back. Come on! Fortunately, no. It is a Fianna, and that is game. But they were really fun games, honestly. I really enjoyed this this deck, and I guess, you know, I hope you get a chance to taste. I'll get a chance to taste Shadow Witches as well for yourself. A lot of the stuff is old stuff that you should have, and if not, you could always use your OG packs on the ShadowPaladin clan banner or the Legion era banners as well to pick up the pieces that you want. You also have ShadowPaladin on both the OG card shop and the G era card shop to grind materials for crafting. So that is also another way to really quickly gather some rares, double rares, triple rares for this deck. And as you can see, even though the Stride deck is very nice to have and definitely will come into play in some matchups, unfortunately we did not really showcase that, and the deck really is still a very Legion Witch centric deck, so you don't really need the Stride stuff yet. Down the line, Witches will get a Stride if I remember correctly, so that is very exciting to have, and I can't wait to update this deck down the line as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed for what it's worth. I lost count on how many donuts we ate. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 left. We ate 7. We replaced 6 of our opponent's units with grade 0s. We did whiff quite a bit on the last game, but overall, I think it was still really tight. If our opponent had 1 less defensive, or we just 6 damage shield, I think we definitely could have had it in the pocket. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, members, Noble Grappler, 2Mellow, and ZBD for being members of the channel. Happy birthday to Casey as well. And like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already and want to see more. And you know, whenever you swing by Canada, give these little donut hole Timbits a try. Hope you can give them a little taste as well. So thank you so much, appreciate it, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.